Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're going back to Sol Invictus to report our victory to Emperor Nartos over the Renegades. Let's get this going. Alright, I'm still wondering when things are going to go colossally wrong. Seems to happen all the time. You and your men land in the spaceport and prepare to disembark. Once on the ground, the medical team is waiting to transfer the injured. In just a few minutes, dozens of stretchers are rushed out and towards your ship and the medical center. You walk a few meters until one of the doctors stops in front of you and salutes. Dr. Jez, greetings, Commander. We started transferring the wounded. Is there anything else you need from us? The man looks at your wounds, waiting for an order. Your hands and your face are covered with dozens of burns and bruises, although it is nothing serious. I'm fine. Take care of the rest of the soldiers. You leave the doctor behind and keep walking to meet with Nartos. You make your way towards the laboratory amid the flurry of activity around you. Everywhere you look, you see soldiers running from one side to the other. The children of the sun are preparing for battle, and by the looks of it, it is going to be one hell of a fight. You suppress a smirk, aware of what this means. Sheep has made it. At this very moment, hundreds of ships from the Republic and the SMC are heading towards enemy territory, ready to strike. Nartos knows about this. The Emperor cannot ignore the attack on their outposts. Nartos will have to use all his strength to confront them, and this time it will be the Republic who emerges victorious. Meet with Nartos. You're about to rest your hand on the laboratory's entrance device when the hatch suddenly opens. Nartos and Vanlith walk out hurriedly. The Emperor gestures for you to follow them. You're back, Commander Astra. That's right, sir. We took care of the troops at Hell's Gulch, as you ordered. The enemy leader was shot down before we could capture him, but we can still... Nartos won't let you finish the sentence. It's too late for that, Astra. We now have other important matters that require our attention. What's going on? War is knocking on our door, Commander. The last squads that kept the Republic at bay have fallen. Nartos is absolutely furious. Morpha's ineptitude has cost us dearly. My squad's withdrawal to protect Maiden Abyss has compromised our defenses on the front line too much. Although we managed to counter the attack, Quartz has provided Mason with a much-needed advantage. It didn't take long for the Republic to see the opportunity, and they've attacked our weakest point, managing to open a breach. They're headed this way right now, and this time we'll be the ones defending ourselves. Quartz's plan has worked. The Emperor's tone is usually unflappable, but this time there is no disguising his fury. Losing to the Republic at their outpost has been a hard blow for the Children of the Sun. Let him talk. Republic forces have breached the front line and the Renegade army is paving the way for them. We've dispatched reinforcements from Nova Magna, but many of our squadrons are being ambushed by the Aquinian ships before reaching their destination. The Republic must have signed an alliance. Mason knows she's incapable of defeating us by herself, and has had no choice but to negotiate with a bunch of Aquinian traitors and criminals to do her dirty work. If she thinks her plan will give them a chance against us, she's sorely mistaken. We'll crush the Republic and anyone who dares stand in our way. You pretend to be surprised. Her plan? Nato's tone changes, becoming more calmer. It's obvious that Mason's target is Sol Invictus and Maiden Abyss. It's the only thing standing in her way. The Admiral wants us to believe that she won't attack our base, and she's dividing her among other strategic points. She believes that I will mobilize the fleet to meet them, neglecting our defenses. Thus, the renegade army will be able to carry out a surprise attack from our sectors while our forces fight the Republic. Once again, you've underestimated Natos. The Emperor continues. We'll let Mason believe she has the upper hand. She'll win her little battles while thousands of our men will stand by in Maiden Abyss. If the Renegade army strikes, we'll be prepared to face them. By the time the Interstellar Republic arrives, we'll have already exterminated their allies and only they will remain. What are your orders? You'll depart immediately for Maiden Abyss and take up command of the defense. You've already proven your combat prowess against Quartz's fleet. I want you to do it again. This time you'll have as many men as you need to ensure victory. Crush the Renegade army before the Republic reinforcements arrive and will prevent Mason from moving any further. You answer skeptical. Even if we defeat the Renegade army, they will still have to face the Interstellar Republic fleet, Emperor. What are your orders? Natos remains silent for a few seconds. I'll take care of that. I'll defend Sol Invictus from the Renegade army alongside some of my men while you defend Nova Magna. I'll crush the traitors and come to your aid to confront Mason and her pathetic captains. I assure you, Commander, that the Republic will never return to the solar system. I won't allow it. While you talk, you arrive at the hangar. You look over the Emperor's shoulder and your eyes sink. Your heart sinks. Above you, the flagship of the Children of the Sun looks majestic and fully repaired. The Phoenix is ready to fly again. Natos seems to notice your surprise. The Phoenix ship has risen from its ashes stronger than ever. Thanks to the Doctor's work, our destroyer will be able to use the Hydra core and make the most of it. It's only a matter of time before we can produce our own core or snatch the Genesis core from Mason. One of the Hydra cores under our control will be able to subjugate the Interstellar Republic. Now I must leave for Alpha Centauri. Vanlith is the key to completing Hydra and dominating the galaxy. As soon as the Doctor is safe in our laboratories, I'll return to Sol Invictus to crush our enemies. Alpha Centauri? Since Vanlith's arrival, we've been working to refurbish the Alpha Centauri labs to expedite the Doctor's investigation. Thanks to the data collected from the engineers who collaborated with Banner, the construction of Hydra is almost complete. We'll soon have perfect replicas of Captain Scott's core, and the system will be able to spread to any ship using a MyCore. As soon as the station and the cores are operational, Hydra will be complete. All ships will become subject to our control, and the Children of the Sun will dominate the galaxy using the deadliest weapon ever created. Our sole mission is to deter the Interstellar Republic until that happens. Vanlith and Natos turn around to head inside the Phoenix. May the sun light your way, Commander. What do we do with the prisoners? The Emperor stops for a second and turns to look at you. I'm not done with them yet. Without another word, they walk up the gangplank into the ship. You remain frozen in place as the Phoenix takes off. You believe that your plan would work, but once again, Natos has been able to anticipate your every move. Without the numerical advantage and element of surprise, it would be impossible for the Renegade army to outmatch the Children of the Sun's fleet in Maiden Abyss. Luckily, Commander Astra still has an ace up her sleeve. Leave for Maiden Abyss.
We must inform Sheep, Captain. If Nartos is aware of our plans, the Renegade army won't stand a chance.
Let's leave the sector and stop the attack. Admiral Mason and the Interstellar Republic's fleet are heading here. If the Renegade army can't launch the surprise attack, A joint assault would increase our chances of success.
No. Postponing the attack would reveal our true intentions. The only thing that Nartos isn't expecting is being hit from the inside. We must take advantage of that.
Alright then. Looks like she knows what she's doing. Alright. Let's see what they've got for me. You follow the controller's instructions and land in the designated hangar. Both you and your men leave the ships and head straight towards the soldiers, standing at ready a few meters from you. Major Eris. Major Eris reporting, Commander. We've initiated the defense protocol while we awaited your arrival. It will be an honor to serve under your command. You take a look at the men waiting behind her as Eris turns to one of them. Jaeger, inform the rest of the officers that Commander Astra has arrived. What's the situation, Major? You walk through the facilities while Eris updates you. Since the Renegade Army attack, we've strengthened the station's defenses, sir. Our engineers have ensured that our defense systems are fully operational, and the scouts patrol the sectors in search of the enemy. If a single ship shows up, we'll know immediately. You reply without much enthusiasm. What about the Republic's advance? Eris, part of our fleet has already engaged in combat. Our communications team is transmitting the orders that come from Sol Invictus to the battlefronts. I see. Eris continues with the report as you walk through the base. Though you do not pay much attention, now that Nartos knows about your plan, the Renegade Army will have to face a much larger fleet without the element of surprise. Suddenly you are beset by doubt. Although this is your first time inside Maiden Abyss, you already saw what the station is capable of during the Renegade Army attack. It may be a huge communications center, but undoubtedly well prepared to respond to an assault. Without your help, the Renegade Army will not be able to even scratch the station's shielding. Your only chance is to sabotage the facilities from within, although that will be no easy task either. The officers will remain with you at all times while you prepare your defense, and as soon as the Renegade Army appears, you will have to take off to command the fleet. It will be in the midst of the chaos of battle that you might get a chance to sneak away. During the few days before the attack, you will make sure to familiarize yourself with the facilities and how they work. Somewhere in the station there must be a way to turn the tide of battle. If you can disable the defenses long enough, the Renegade Army might have a chance. You drift back to reality and realize you have lost track of what Major Eris is talking about. Captain Inon, on the other hand, has already departed with the rest of the unit. Nod. We're on high alert and our defense systems are operational. Any unidentified ships within our firing range will be shot down. The elevator stops and you walk down a long corridor that takes you to the command room, where you wait for the rest of the officers. Once everyone has arrived, you stand up to speak. We have a war to win. It has been a week since your squad arrived at Maiden Abyss. During this time, you've become familiar with the facilities and have defined a defense strategy together with Major Eris and the rest of the officers at the station. The Interstellar Republic has successfully overcome the Children of the Sun's first line of defense and reconquered part of their territory. Right now, Mason and the rest of the fleet are on the move, getting closer and closer. Behind you, you hear a loud yawn from one of your crew members. We've been tracking the sector for days, and there's still been no news from the enemy. They may have postponed the attack, or they're probably waiting for Republic reinforcements. We'll show them up, or rather, they'll show up, I'm sure. You would rather not show it to the crew, but you are far more worried than they are. Since you left Peakvale, you have not heard from Sheep and his ships. The Renegade Army must have noticed the deployment of troops at the Children of the Sun's base and might have decided to change their plans, postponing the assault or pulling back. After all, Sheep is one of the greatest criminals in the galaxy, and the terms of the deal you made with him have changed dramatically. Without any guarantee of success in the operation, it is very likely that he will not be willing to take risks to give the Republic the opportunity they need. The hatch opens and Major Eris enters yelling, "Commander, several of our squads have engaged in combat." What happened? You get up from the chair as fast as you can and leave the room along with your crew on the way to your ship. What happened? Major Eris, one of our squads has been ambushed by the enemy. We received a report from one of the scouts, but it seems like they have already been shot down. The Renegade Army is approaching, sir. The moment has arrived. Sheep and the rest of his fleet head towards the station to destroy it. You have been preparing the defense of Maiden Abyss for barely a week, but it has been enough to know that without your help, the Renegade Army will fail. Quartz's forces have already been defeated by Maiden Abyss in the past. This time you will not let it happen again. Major Eris, alert the rest of the units. The Major salutes you, extending himself to his full stature. Aye, aye, sir. I'll send the coordinates to the closest squadrons to stop the enemy advance. The communications team and our captains are already in position awaiting orders. You nod. We'll keep in touch at all times. I want you to inform me of everything that's going on. Everything. Do you understand? Of course. May the sun light your way, Commander. May the sun light your way, Major.
Major Eris reporting. Do you hear me, Commander? Loud and clear. The squads patrolling this sector have arrived, sir. Our ships are ready for battle, Commander Astra. Understood. Let the squad leaders take positions. Major Eris, I want all systems ready for combat. Defense protocol is activated. Maiden Abyss won't fall. Lieutenant Polaris, you and your men will support my unit.
Aye, aye, sir.
All right.
Enemy warp imminent!
Here they come.
Break through their defenses! Burn the station to ashes!
I'm just gonna hazard a guess that I mustn't do too much damage to these oaks, otherwise it definitely will fail. Was that a nuke?
don't board the station!
We leave this front unprotected, Commander!
That's an order. I'll deal with them here.
More renegade army ships incoming.
What's the status of the station, Major? Our systems remain operational despite the damage. Enemy fire won't break through our armor, Commander.
Taking too much damage.
We won't back down! The children of the sun will pay for their crimes!
Captain, we're risking too much. If this goes on, the ship will be destroyed.
It's still early to pull back. The station defenses are intact. If the systems go down when we board Maiden Abyss, it'll be obvious that we're behind it.
If we wait any longer, even if we manage to suppress the defense protocol, the renegade army won't be able to face the Children of the Sun's fleet.
Major Eris, get everything ready for docking and send reinforcements to our position. Yes, sir. Ross, find a docking point for the commander. Marsh, send the message to the rest of the unit.
Okay.
Commander. Mai, get ready for docking. Crew, we return to Maiden Abyss.
Let's dock before I get destroyed. 58% is too close, even for my liking. You and the crew meet before leaving the ship. Costa and Miller are carrying the bag of explosives, just as you have been planning this whole week. Aware you do not have much time, you speak as fast as you can. Stick to the plan and everything will be fine. I'll take over the command room and try to cover you. Anderson, you'll stay on the ship and keep the engines ready. As soon as the systems fail, we'll meet on the ship and I won't be waiting for anyone to take off. Am I clear? The crew nods. Let's initiate the operation. The hatch opens and you leave the ship. Just ahead, Major Eris is waiting impatiently for you. You take one last look back and nod firmly. Now everything is in the hands of your crew. Orwell's unit is covering your position, Commander. We've lost 6 whole units and several of our officers have had to return to the station. Despite the pressure from the Renegade Army, our systems remain intact and our fleet maintains its position. You nod in agreement as you head towards the command room. Good job, Major. You leave your men behind and accompany Eris and her 2 officers. On the way to the command room, you can see the soldiers carrying the wounded and several captains redeploying their men to take off again. Sheep is hitting them hard, but the results remain the same. In spite of all the casualties among the children's ranks, Maiden Abyss is still intact. Its defense systems are rampaging through the enemy at an alarming rate. In just a few hours, the Children of the Sun will have won the battle. The door to the command room opens and you can watch the battle outside on the huge monitors in the room. The Children of the Sun mercilessly tear through the ships of the Renegade Army, which are unsuccessfully attacking the station. You head towards the stairs that lead you to your station, feeling the gaze of all the terminal operators on you. Go to the command station. You have come far since the war started, but the situation has finally overcome you. One misstep and the galaxy will perish, and you will be the one to blame. You are the one who has led Sheep into an unwinnable battle, the one who has decided to risk it all by infiltrating the Children of the Sun and sending thousands of men to their death. Men who trusted you blindly. Now you watch in horror as Sheep's ships get destroyed one after another, all thanks to your plan. This operation is too big for you, Schmidt. You are just an ordinary soldier. You were gravely wrong to believe you could make a difference. Advance. You try to move your legs, but you remain frozen in place. Did you really think you could do something about it? The moment you decided to lead the Renegade Army forces along with the Republic to attack, Nartos had already won the war. As soon as the Emperor activates Hydra, he will take complete control of the galaxy. Maybe it is better to turn tail and run like the coward you have proven yourself to be. The time has come to give up. Advance. You walk down a couple of steps as the murmur of the Children of the Sun deafens you. A drop of sweat runs down your forehead. Take a good look at yourself, Schmidt. You are pathetic. You refuse to accept reality. And even with everything against you, you keep trying again and again. Your stubbornness has led the Republic to its downfall. You're going to get yourself killed. Just like everyone around you, like Captain Scott. You should withdraw now while there is still time. Advance. You walk down a few more steps. Why are you doing this? Why should you keep on fighting? You still have time to flee. It is pointless. There is nothing you can do to save them. Your determination will be your doom and that of the entire galaxy. Yeah, I've come too far to give up now. Advance. You go down the last step and sit in the command station, in front of the Children of the Sun. It is too late to doubt, to fear. You have already made a decision. It's time to fight for it. You raise your voice as high as you can so the whole room can hear you. Everybody get ready. You speak with determination and start giving orders to the operators who get to work. You just need to keep them too busy to pay attention to the cameras on the station. If the crew manages to detonate the main generators, the station's shields will fail, leaving it vulnerable for a few minutes until the backup generators are activated. You shout out loud. Deploy Unit 2. Major, damage report. Let Romeo and Silver take command of the remaining ships and protect the rear guard. A noisy alarm causes everyone to fall silent. The radar marks several points in the vicinity, although you cannot tell exactly what they are. What's going on, Major? Eris looks at you terrified. Hellbreakers! Hellbreakers are siege battleships, which are used to pierce the armor of battle stations during the Solar War. Although their offensive capability is enormous, they were discontinued years ago due to their lack of mobility and resistance. Or at least that is what you thought. You yell, puzzled. Damn it, how have they avoided our radars? Major Eris, can they break through our shields? Eris has no answer. The last known Hellbreakers date from the Solar War. The Red Tier has redesigned the old models and kept them hidden until now. In other words, you have no idea what they are capable of. Destroy them before they take positions. You go on. I want all units to focus fire on them. Don't let them open fire. Eris, it's too late, Commander. They're already in position. On the screen, you can see the battleships beginning to load their cannons. If those ships are powerful enough to break through Maiden Abyss shields, you are dead. Everybody down! You instinctively jump on Eris as the impact shakes the station. The lights in the room flicker and sparks begin to fall over your heads. In just a few seconds, the systems stabilize and the terminals turn back on. You get up and Eris smiles as she dusts herself off. To answer your question, Commander, no, they can't break through our shields. As long as the systems remain operational, the Renegade Army has nothing to... Before she ends the sentence, a second jolt turns off all the monitors and the lights in the room, which turn back on after flashing a few times. What was that? The impact is so strong this time that you fall to the ground, as several lights and some terminals explode into 1,000 pieces. You stand up and the operators quickly put out the fires. Eris checks her terminal, terrified, and she whispers, "Our shields." Eris shakes her head, trying to focus. "Our main generators have been destroyed, Commander. The auxiliary system is still online, but it doesn't have enough power to maintain Maiden Abyss defense in its entirety. Until the backup generators are reactivated, we're vulnerable." You order. Let all units target the Hullbreakers. I'll take off immediately and return to the battlefield to coordinate the fleet. We must stop their attack until the energy flow is re-established. Let's move. The Renegade Army's attack has provided the perfect distraction for your crew to blow up the main generators. With the energy flow rendered unoperational and with the shield field disabled, Maiden Abyss will be at the mercy of Sheep and the rest of his fleet for a few minutes. Your mission has been successful, now everything is up to them. Getting to the docks is not easy. Continuous hits from enemy ships are causing severe damage to the station. You run through smoke and sparks towards the ship, where you must meet your crew. At this rate, Maiden Abyss will fall soon enough. You have to leave the station as soon as possible and head towards Sol Invictus while the battle in the sector continues. Go back to the docks. You run as fast as you can as the station collapses. You have almost reached the dock when a familiar voice stops you short. Lieutenant Polaris. Astra, not now. You turn your head and there you see him. Lieutenant Polaris is pointing his gun at you. What do you think you're doing, Lieutenant? Lieutenant Polaris. Enough, Astra, it's too late. It's amazing that you've been able to come this far. Quartz, Flanagan, Sol Invictus, and now Maiden Abyss. Tell me, Commander, since when have you been working for the Interstellar Republic? It no longer makes sense to deny it. Whatever you say, you will not be able to convince him otherwise. You look up at him as you smile, trying to hide your concern. From the very beginning, Polaris, how did you find out? Polaris throws you a wrathful look. I started to notice that something didn't add up a long time ago, but it was after what happened at Hell's Gulch that we really began to suspect you were an undercover agent. We? Dirks also suspected something before you killed him. As soon as my crew and I saw that he didn't return from Hell's Gulch, we saw it clearly. Of course, accusing you without any proof would have been a mistake. You could have executed us for treason just to prevent the rumor from spreading. Besides, most of the soldiers would have sided with you. Unfortunately, they're too stupid to question a superior's order. All I had to do was wait for you to make a mistake. As soon as you decided to abandon the battle to return to the station, I immediately knew that you were up to something. And judging by the state of Maiden's Abyss, I dare to say that you've already achieved your goal. You look around, but there is no one. It would take just a couple of seconds to draw your weapon and open fire. Would you be able to avoid Polaris' shot? Why are you telling me this? Because I'm letting you go. Polaris notices your surprised expression and speaks again as he lowers his weapon. Blaze, you saved her despite being a child of the sun. Your life in exchange for my sister's. I'm not going to be in debt to a bloody captain of the Republic, so you better get out before I change my mind. Step by step you walk back without taking your eyes off Polaris, who speaks again. Make no mistake, Astra, I'm doing this for myself. I know Blaze well, and I know she'll follow Quartz's footsteps as soon as she wakes up. But remember, if I ever see you again, either of you, I'll kill you. The Children of the Sun will win this war, whatever the cost. Run to the docks. You get to the dock and continue towards your ship amid all the destruction. The station is still taking damage, even though the generators should have started working a while ago. You have done it. Even if it was only a few minutes, that has been enough for the Renegade Army to irreparably damage the shield system. Now that Maiden Abyss is unprotected, it will eventually fall. You just hope you're not still inside when that happens. The hatch opens and you immediately call out, "My, has the crew arrived?" "Not yet, Captain. The only ones on the ship are crewmen Anderson and me." "Where is Anderson?" "She's on the bridge, preparing everything for takeoff as ordered. As soon as the crew returns, we can leave the station." Something is wrong. According to the plan, Costa and the others should have been back long before you. It may just be a delay due to the damage of the station is experiencing, or perhaps something much worse has happened to them. Tell Anderson to get the engines ready. I'll go find the rest of the crew. Turn around. You barely have time to turn around when you hear the opening mechanism. The crew enters through the hatch carrying Miller, who is unconscious and completely covered in blood. Although she's the crew member in the worst shape, many others also look injured. We need a stretcher. We must stabilize Miller. You run to fetch a stretcher while the med team starts treating her. Once you are back, you help the crew to take her to the infirmary. What happened? Costa answers nervously. We managed to detonate the generators without the Children of the Sun detecting us. We blended in with the rest of the soldiers and headed back until we came across Lieutenant Polaris' crew, who opened fire on us without a word. We responded to the attack, but suddenly the station began to collapse and we took the opportunity to flee. They followed us throughout the station until we finally lost them after an explosion in the hallway we were in. If we're alive, it's thanks to Miller, who managed to hold them back for a while. They must be looking for another route to get to the ship right now, Captain. We must leave Maiden Abyss. I know. Maiden Abyss will not last much longer. You run to the command bridge along with the rest of your crew and get everything ready. Prepare the warp engines. We'll jump to the solar system immediately. Our work isn't done yet. Captain, the Renegade Army fleet is still fighting. If we warp in the middle of the battle, we'll be an easy target. You answer. There's no other option, Mai. Without Maiden Abyss, the Children of the Sun's ships are lost. I'm not waiting for our own allies to finish us off. Let's move.
I'm detecting activity in the solar system, Captain. It seems that the battle has already started.
We will have to fight our way through the Renegade Army's ships. I want everyone ready to fight. We must get to Sol Invictus no matter what.
Uh-huh.
How are you doing, Sheep? Mai, keep me updated with the enemy position.
Yes, sir.
That dialogue doesn't sound right. Unless I'm seeing the battle in the background. Yep, that definitely seems like the case.
Warp in the vicinity, Captain.
Man your battle stations!
Those are children's ships. Right, let's get this over with. Though... who were they talking about that got injured? It was Miller. Okay. Let's go. You follow the controller's instructions and land in one of the outer spaceports. The Renegade Army ships are beginning to arrive in Sol Invictus, wreaking havoc on the lunar surface. Sheep has managed to coordinate 2 attacks, although the bulk of his forces have focused on the assault on Maiden Abyss. Now that the first attack has been successful, the rest of the fleet will soon reach the solar system to reinforce the offensive. You have come very far. The Republic has finally managed to advance into enemy territory, and the Renegade Army has acquired a strategic point. Now Sheep's fleet has presented you a distraction while you are inside the Children of the Sun's headquarters. You'll not get a better chance, so you must do everything in your hand. Leave the ship. You run through the facilities, coming across several platoons that are going in the opposite direction. Nartos had planned for the attack, so the Children of the Sun had already deployed the vast majority of their units. Despite what Nartos said before leaving for Alpha Centauri, there is still no trace of the Emperor or the Phoenix in the solar system. He and his squad must have been intercepted by the enemy, delaying their arrival. Or even Vanlith's investigation may have forced them to stay in the labs. In any case, you must hurry. Nartos would never leave Sol Invictus unprotected, no matter how scarce the Renegade Army's chances of success are. I can end this now in the lab, or I can rescue the prisoners. I have a feeling I'm only going to get one shot. No one gets left behind. As you move to Vanlith's laboratory, you see fewer and fewer soldiers. As far as you know, only high-ranking officers can access the place. The Children of the Sun's commanders and squad leaders are too busy taking on the Renegade Army, and besides, Nartos and Dr. Vanlith himself, only the science team can access the lab. You place your hand on the hatch's opening mechanism and are allowed in. Although some of the scientists are still working around the huge tanks, it is not as busy as the first time you visited. One of the scientists recognizes you and runs to you. Let him come closer. The man comes up to you and renders a clumsy military salute. Dr. Bert Hoffman, reporting, Commander. Dr. Vanlith has left me in charge as head of the laboratory while he coordinates the team from Alpha Centauri. You answer, the Renegade Army is attacking Sol Invictus, Dr. Hoffman. You and your team must leave immediately. Dr. Vanlith ordered us to continue the investigation without interruption. Yeah. Okay, well, it was worth a try. I'm sorry, Commander. The Emperor himself ordered us to strictly follow Vanlith's instructions. I'm afraid the best I can do for you is to send a transmission to the Doctor and await his response. Let's try this again. There we go. The man takes a step back and sighs. Okay, I'll let the rest of the team know and we'll go back to the pavilions. Working in these conditions is too dangerous anyway. Hoffman informs the other scientists and they all leave the room. As soon as you are alone, you nod at your crew who advance through the laboratory, shooting down the security cameras. Set the explosive charges. Wait, didn't I say rescue? Why am I in the lab? The crew places enough explosives around the lab to blow it up. In the meantime, you place a small camera that broadcasts the image to your portable terminal. It will not take long for the Children of the Sun to recognize that something is going on. As soon as they get close, you'll activate the detonator and eliminate as many Children of the Sun as possible. The engineering team finally confirms that the explosives are ready. You nod to show your approval and head towards the tanks to free the prisoners. Release the prisoners. Along with Gutierrez and Carpentier, you open the cover of one of the tanks and remove Jesse Bradley from inside. Carefully, you extract all the wires and plugs from his body, until you reach the huge tube in his mouth. You pull it, and shudder when more than half a meter of it finally comes out. You take a uniform out of one of the bags and you put it over him. You look up at Gutierrez and ask him to wake him up. You know it will be extremely painful, but you have no choice. You cannot leave Sol Invictus and escape the Children of the Sun while your men are carrying several bodies. Wake him up. Gutierrez stabs an injector into his chest, and in less than a minute Bradley opens his eyes. Schmidt, you look terrible. You smile pitifully. Due to the injuries resulting from the torture and the marks of all the devices the Children of the Sun had stabbed him with, Bradley is unrecognizable. Bradley rolls his eyes, avoiding looking at your face. Forgive me, Schmidt. The Children of the Sun caught us at Kingsfall. I tried to stop them, but I couldn't. There will be time for regrets later. You meet up with the rest of your crew and the prisoners who are already awake. Some of them are captains of the Republic who were caught during the war. Others are just dissidents or traitors in the eyes of the Children of the Sun. Now that they are all dressed and armed, you ought to leave the area before the Children of the Sun reinforcements arrive. We must get out of here, Captain. There's still one thing I have to do. You slowly pass by Carpentier, leaving your crew behind, and head towards a tank located on the other side of the laboratory. You know there is nothing you can do about it anymore, but you cannot just walk away. You rest your hand on the glass, and you can feel your eyes well up. Hi, Jane. Jane Scott has always been like this, brave, honorable, and a great friend. After your promotion to captain, Jane threw a small party on the Genesis to celebrate. It was indeed the first time you had ever seen balloons and cake on a warship's command bridge. Not many people would believe it if you had told them. Scott, the Republic's heroine, the same woman who devastated entire armies, laughing and joking like a kid along with her crew. Burton and his insufferable snoring, Diaz with her perfect recall and deep sense of justice, even Ryder and his uncanny inability to detect sarcasm. You are going to miss them all. It's time to say goodbye. A long tear runs down your cheek as you remember the day you left the Genesis. Scott and the crew gave you a small package as your parting gift containing the Mycor that had been with you throughout your adventure and which you have treasured. Jane Scott, even if our paths part, you'll always be one of ours. This My Module is our gift. She'll take care of you and your men, as we've done with you. We're very proud of you, Schmidt. You'll be a great captain. Your throat tightens and tears start pouring as you hit the tank's glass with your fist. You owed everything to those people, and you have not been able to protect them. I'm sorry, Jane. I'm really sorry. A hand on your shoulder makes you regain your composure. You look back and you see your entire crew. You wipe your tears as you search your bag for the last explosive charge. Not only have the children taken her life, they have stripped her of all dignity. The idea of Nartos and Vanlith experimenting with her corpse, desecrating her body and her memories makes you sick. You cannot just leave her like this, completely naked and submerged in a tank with hundreds of cables attached to what is left of her body. You take the charge and you set it right on the tank's glass. That is all you can do for her at the moment. Until Nartos and his men pay for their crimes, Jane Scott will not rest in peace. Leave the lab. You leave the lab along with the others. Although you come across several platoons, it seems like the Children of the Sun have not yet realized what just happened. It will not be long before they do. The command room controllers must have been able to see what was going on in the lab until you shut down the security cameras, so you will soon have to face the consequences. Although you are several meters underground, you can clearly hear the cannons shooting and ships hitting the surface. You turn a corner and a shot hits the wall beside you. It seems that the Children of the Sun are already aware of your presence. Keep moving. Ah, that was lucky. And it's over. You advance by opening fire on the soldiers who are trying to stop you. More and more Children of the Sun run after you. You are running out of time, despite the fact that a large part of the Children of the Sun's forces are fighting outside the moon. Sol Invictus is still full of soldiers searching for you. If they manage to block your progress before reaching the hangar, it is over for you. You glance at your terminal as you run. There is only one solution that can distract the Children of the Sun, and that is to blow up the lab. You would have liked to have waited for more soldiers to be inside, but it is the only way to avoid more squadrons chasing you to the hangar. You whisper to yourself, "I'll take care of it from now on, Jane." Detonate the explosives. You activate the detonator and the explosion shakes all of Sol Invictus. The ground shakes under your feet for a few seconds, blowing up the machinery, and the toxic substances in the lab has caused a chain reaction which has increased the charge's explosive power. You have to hold on to the wall to avoid falling to the ground. Although you have lost the camera image, you are almost certain that you have managed to collapse several adjacent rooms. This will surely slow down the Children of the Sun. You make it to one of the hangars, but some soldiers are still following you closely. Without time to make up your mind, you choose one of the ships and you enter it. As soon as you enter, the crew runs in to start the engine and prepare for takeoff as you head to the core room. Insert the core. The indicators immediately begin to respond, and you hear Mai's voice over the ship's communication system. "What happened, Captain? Is everyone okay?" You leave the room, running towards the command bridge as you answer Mai. "There's no time for explanations, Mai. Prepare all systems for takeoff. We must leave right now." You enter the command bridge and sit in the captain's station. You quickly start typing on your terminal while giving orders to the crew. "How much left, Ramirez?" "The reactor is almost ready, Captain. We only need a few more minutes." You hear the sound of a loud explosion that makes you grab onto the chair. "What was that?" "We've been hit by an enemy projectile, sir. The reinforcements have arrived. Without the generator at full power, there is no way you can activate the shield systems, making you vulnerable. We must take off." "The engines aren't ready, Captain. Another of the projectiles hit you. The Children of the Sun are scattering around the hangar, taking control of the defense turrets. You only need a few minutes to leave, but if NATO's men damage the ship enough, you will not be able to take off." You order, "We'll counterattack." Crew member Ramirez, the facilities could collapse, Captain. We must wait for the engines to be ready. "There's no time." You open the communication channel to address the entire crew. "Open fire." The light of the explosions blind you through the command bridge's window. The impact of one of the ships generates a large blast, setting part of the hangar on fire and causing one of the main platforms to collapse, which falls over one of the squadrons. The Children of the Sun keep firing relentlessly as they try to protect themselves. Mai. 100% core stability, Captain. Systems are ready. You yell, "Activate the shields and redirect all available power to the engines." take off.
Did we make it? Not yet. The radar shows warp signals near our area. The Children of the Sun must have reported what happened in Sol Invictus, and they're coming straight for us!
Our cover is blown. I am guessing we can open fire on the children now.
You guessed right, Mai. Prepare your weapons. We'll destroy any approaching children's ships.
I was looking forward to hearing that.
Any day now.
Enemies within range.
Fire at will!
Keep your nerve! We'll raise the solar system!
Is that Sheik? What is he doing here? Wasn't he taking care of Maiden Abyss?
Let's talk about that once we've dealt with those ships trying to kill us.
One of the enemy ships has been destroyed.
Come on.
That was the
There
last
we
ship,
go.
Captain.
We're not done yet. More enemies are approaching.
We don't have time for this. We must go after Nartos.
As long as enemy ships continue to arrive, we can't leave the area, Captain.
We will finish them off and move on.
How many of them are there?
Less complaining, more shooting.
One of the enemy ships has been destroyed.
That I like. Almost done here.
Target neutralized.
Keep our heads clear. There are still enemy ships.
Kill them! Do not leave a single child of the sun alive!
Stop! It's us!
Damn it! Do not open fire on that ship! They're with us! Ignore them and crush the rest of the Children of the Sun's ships!
One of the enemy ships has been destroyed.
More enemy ships incoming!
We'll take care of them! Give us covering fire! Keep going! I'll pay you 200 credits for every ship of the Children of the Sun that you destroy! Show no mercy!
I like this guy.
How are you doing, Sheep?
Are you kidding? I was born for this day! I won't leave a single child of the sun alive in this sector!
One of the enemy ships has been destroyed.
The Aquinians are back! It's time for revenge!
And that's that.
work, team. Are you all okay?
That was close. I thought you were another ship from the Children of the Sun. What are you doing here?
We left Sol Invictus after destroying Van Lith's laboratory and rescuing the prisoners, but the children intercepted us. What about you? I thought you were leading the assault on Maiden Abyss.
My scouts have spotted the Phoenix Destroyer, along with several enemy squadrons heading for Sol Invictus. I'm going to kill Nartos, here and now. Take her crew and leave the sector. I'll take care of this.
No way. The Emperor and I still have unfinished business. I'm not going to let you face him alone.
Damn! How is this possible? A dozen ships have been wiped off the map instantly!
It's him, Sheep. If we want to beat Nartos, we'll have to fight together. You won't be able to face the Phoenix alone.
All right, Captain. It's time to put an end to this!
Alright then, where is he? I'm assuming I should keep my distance, based on past experience. Or the game could bug out, which is also a possibility. Yep, it definitely looks like it bugged out. Let's just load quickly. My apologies. There we go. Let's try not to get killed, shall we?
Nartos!
It's you, Astra. I thought you would have left the solar system like the cowardly rat that you are.
I've been waiting for you. I'm putting an end to the war, here and now.
I must admit that your little game has surprised me. I never thought Quartz would go so far as to infiltrate one of his men among my officers. But you're a fool if you think you're a match for me.
Quartz has nothing to do with this.
Of course, only a captain of the Republic would be stupid enough to do something like that and then come back to challenge me. You should have left the solar system when you had the chance.
Here I am, Nartos! I've been waiting my whole life for this moment!
Sheep, now you fight side by side with the Republic? You Equidians have lost what little honor you have left.
I'd sell my soul just to see your empire fall, Nartos!
We were too soft on you, General. We should have executed every last Equidian in the galaxy. I won't make the same mistake my ancestors did.
Our systems have been damaged, Captain.
Keep fighting! This won't end until Nartos is destroyed!
God damn! There's no way to get past their shields!
We can't stop now! Sooner or later the Phoenix will fall! Keep shooting!
Fools! The Phoenix is the most powerful ship in the galaxy. Not even the
with us, Captain! We don't have enough firepower!
Don't be intimidated. If we can't beat him, no one will. Keep going. Focus fire on the damaged areas. The hull won't last forever.
Your pathetic attempts won't do any good, Astra. The galaxy is ours.
The Phoenix is taking damage. Don't slow down. This is our last chance.
You're no match for the children of the sun, Astra. No matter how many tricks you carry out, the only thing that matters in battle is power.
The Phoenix is seriously damaged.
We're almost there! Don't back down!
Taking too much damage.
And Nartos!
The end? No, Astra. I'm just getting started. Awaken, Hydra!
Impossible!
Show them what hell looks like, Hydra. Destroy our enemies.
The Phoenix has fully regenerated!
We must retreat! Now!
What's this supposed to mean? What's going on?
There's no time for explanation. Call to retreat!
My men. He's finished them off in a blink of an eye.
Get yourself together! We can't face him any longer! This battle is lost! Sheep, answer me!
No mercy.
Sheep? Mai, get ready to warp!
There's only you left.
Is everyone okay? Mai, come on! We need you to get us out of here!
With Hydra in my power, we'll crush Mason and her fleet. Soon we'll have the 3 cores and the entire galaxy under my control. I'll exterminate anyone who dares to oppose me.
Everyone, abandon the ship! Prepare the escape pod!
It's too late for you, Astra. May the sun wipe you away. Mason!
I want the Phoenix completely surrounded. We won't let Nardos get out of here alive.
Admiral!
I knew we'd find you here, Captain. Pull back immediately. We'll take it from here on.
You can't face him, Mason! We must flee!
As your commanding officer, I order you to stand down, Captain. Don't forget that I am an Admiral of the Republic. I won't stand idly by while the enemy kills my men.
So you've come to die, Admiral. This will save us a lot of time.
Warp in 5,
No, Mai!
3,
It's been an honor, Captain. You've already done so much for us.
No!
You strike the control panel so hard that you shatter your knuckles against the metal. Your arrogance has forced the Interstellar Republic to sacrifice its highest official, who has given her life to save you. Mason and Sheep have died at the hands of Nartos, and it was your fault. The plan went according to plan and victory was imminent. You just had to leave the sector to join the rest of the fleet and prepare the offensive. But blinded by revenge, you threw yourself into battle, in a battle you could not win. Your mistake has cost the lives of hundreds of people and may have given the ultimate victory to the children of the sun. Costa's shouts brings you back to reality. Captain! You look at the panels pointed out by Costa and see the energy levels plummet. Navigation systems, engines, life support. In a few hours, nothing will be active. The ship's damage is critical, Captain. We must repair it as soon as possible. With any luck, we'll be able to make it to the sector's station. If we show up near a station with one of the ships of the Children of the Sun, they'll attack us, and with the state of the communications systems, we won't be able to warn them before they fire. Gutierrez is right. Costa shouts desperately, "Do we have another choice?" "Don't lose your nerve, we'll figure it out. You think as fast as you can. White Farm." You speak as you press one button after another. "White Farm has the safest place in this sector. We'll set course immediately." Mai tries to say something but is unintelligible. The crew looks at each other doubtfully. "We need to move now. Deactivate all expendable systems that are active. Reroute all flow to the engines. Aye aye. Let's go."
Systems disabled, Captain. All non-flight functionality is disabled.
Copy. Engines at full power. Without the shield system, we're sitting ducks.
Alright, that being said, I think it's gone on for long enough. That's it for this episode. I'll see you all in the next one.